Okay, so here comes open. We'll see how things go here. We've got a few alerts, one on NVO and one on AVEO. NVO is a moving average. AVEO is price crossing. So take a look at those in a bit. So PIXI is thin traded so far, 137,000. AVEO under pressure. HEB 1000 at 65 cents. Some huge liquidity there. Bye-bye. VRX, the 20 is coming through the 200 here, so this should get interesting. The VRX could be some short covering here, so you got to be pretty careful. So AVEO over pre-market high here. On the surface looks kind of interesting actually. Straight price breakout action. So it's risky. Oil's getting a pop now. PIXI is testing pre-market highs here. 303,000 shares at 11 bucks. So if there's one I'd gamble on right now, it'd be PIXI, but I'm just not doing it. It is odd for the day traders not to run at least one. So I'm thinking this is the one that runs if any of them run PIXI. Bid and ask is tightening up a bit here. Oil's doing well at open here, surprisingly enough. Had a tough night there, but it's got a pop here at open. Definitely a tough open for momentum stocks anyway. I'm long 1,000 VRX 1667. I'll have to keep this trade really tight. Market's not in great shape so far. Sell orders at 1698 kicked in really hard there, right under 17. Day trading activity there. Oil's still got momentum here. It's gonna get up into resistance soon. Looks like we're going to retest 17 here. Oil just bounced the resistance. There's a minute and 20 seconds left on this 5-minute candle, so you can expect resistance if you're, or volatility if you're in this play. Get ready for it. It's coming up on a minute. .30 seconds left. The pressure's going to come. It's going to come here. Ten seconds left. Here's the switch. And our DA is on halt. Sorry, NDRA. My stop is set at 1667 at my entry. Coming up on the 17 now. Just under 2 minutes left on that candle. It's got a lot of work to do to get up over that 17 here. Minute and 20 seconds, so you can expect some volatility and pressure to come. Going into a minute left. So it needs to hold the low of the previous 5-minute candle around 1672. 40 seconds left. So if it gets lift late in the 5-minute candle here in the last 30 seconds, that's very bullish. If it comes under pressure, then you got to be concerned. So far it's holding up. 12 seconds left. Volume's still good. MACD's good. Squeeze momentum's good. 50's coming through the 200 on the 5. And here's the switch. It's too bad it didn't get up over that 17, but as long as it holds the low of the previous 5-minute candle, it's still in bullish formation. C, D, and A tape is strong. Okay, so we're coming up on $17. Still 3 minutes and 10 seconds left on the candle. So it's still in bullish formation. This 5-minute candle has a high higher than the previous 5-minute. That's bullish. Stock RSI is peaking. Volume's not the best, but that's to be expected at the key resistance on the intra at $17. MACD is trending up. Squeeze momentum trending up. And there's 2 minutes and 37 seconds left on the candle. So this will be the deciding candle here. There's pressure here, 2 minutes. Minute and 20 seconds left. If we can hold this minute coming up here, it'll probably get up over that 17. If it doesn't hold it, the previous 5-minute low, it's probably done. So this should be your deciding minute right here. Twenty-five seconds. $4.5 million shares traded on the day so far. Here comes the switch. Oh, it's a bad switch. It's probably it. VWAP is sitting at 1620. Sorry, VWAP's at 1670. So that's pretty bullish save there. The bulls took it before it got to VWAP, which is surprising. It's too bad my entry's at 1676, because if it was under 1670, I could really hit it hard at VWAP. Right now I'm stuck in between. I'm stuck at 16. Or did I enter at 1667? I did, so I'm under VWAP. So if it gets back to VWAP, I can really hit it hard. Gets up over 17, I can hit it hard too. Yeah, I got lucky there. I got an entry right under VWAP. 3-4 cents under VWAP. VWAP's at 1671 now, trading at 1692. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. Pretty bullish action considering 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Oil just got up over resistance, by the way. Not a real serious resistance, but an intraday for sure. Wow, oil's got some serious momentum here. But it's coming up on more serious resistance than it's been through this morning, so. Well, it's actually gotten through a fair bit here. We'll see. Okay, so VRX, a minute and 20 seconds left, trading 1688, VWAP's at 1671, almost 1672, my entry's at 1667. So even if it does come off here, I can really hit it at VWAP. So I'm positioned for VWAP play, breakout or VWAP, both. And that's nice because the whole idea is to get your second leg, whether it's your VWAP or it's your breakout. Your initial test, it doesn't do a lot for you. It gets you in the game, unless of course you got the kahunas to just hit it right off the bat. But it's nice to just get your entry and get into the game and see if you can get more than one leg going. So there's 20 seconds left. Pressure is on. Here we come to VWAP. Trade 1673. 10 seconds left. I gotta wait for the switch of the candle here. 3 seconds. And here's the switch. So now I'm looking for momentum. Stock RSI is coming off. 1675, 1676. So what I'm looking for now is a turn. If I can get the momentum going the other way, I'll really hit it here because it should get through the 17 if it turns here. So what I'll probably do, depending, like as long as it doesn't get away on me at the upside, I'll wait for that final minute, and if it gets bullish in that final minute, I'll probably hit it here. It's 3 minutes and 45 seconds. This is actually a pretty good session for traders that need to learn how to trade open momentums with huge liquidity. This is what I like about VRX. It's got huge liquidity, so it's very predictable. Smooth is the right word, not predictable, smooth. It's easy to move through it. As long as you time that initial entry so you get that room like I did there. I should have hit it a little earlier, would have had more room, but I got enough room that I'm under VWAP, and that's the important part. So basically how this plays out is if it fails at VWAP, well, of course I'm out to my stop, but I was able to get my stop in there because I timed my entry, even though it was a little bit late. I had the room, so I've got two plays. I've got VWAP holds, or I've got high of day breaks. Really, I've got a third play, which is the final minute candle on the 5 minute. If any of them get really bullish, then I can really hit it hard because that's a good sign that we're going to go again. So we're coming down to 2 minutes right now. So if you get good at scalping and you understand how these huge liquidity plays work, you can scalp your way through a pretty good living. So there's a minute and 45 seconds left. oil hit that fairly major resistance, came off pretty hard here. We'll see what happens. Minute and 20 seconds left, and it looks like the pressure's coming. So what I'm looking for here is positive Momo to the upside. I don't think I'm going to get it, but that's what I'm looking for to add in for a break of 17. It's really hard to move something like this with this kind of liquidity. 5.5 million shares traded already at open. But once it starts to trend, it very smoothly moves through trends on the intraday, and that's what's so nice about it. It becomes a really smooth, predictable environment. "12 seconds left." So you can see how price basically stopped, so that's a bull-bear standoff there. Didn't get pressure, didn't get bullish, it just sat there. Because everybody's waiting for the same thing I was explaining. So it's trading very technical. Right now, VWAP's at 1672, so I'm good there. So there's a bull-bear standoff here. It may not do anything. It may wait until this afternoon or the next session. Here comes huge pressure, and there's 3.5 minutes left on the candle, so this is probably it now. It's a VWAP test. It's a little early in the cycle of this, and I know that, like I knew that when I entered. But over the coming days, this should get really fun. They should easily get revved up for 3% wins a day, and if you can get 3% wins a day, and do that for a month or two, you can really build your account fast. %3 doesn't sound like a lot until you do it for a month or two. Day in, day out, compound it. Trading 1670, this should be it. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the candle. That's it. Till she wrote, pardon me. Yeah, that's the way it happens. I could have very easily exited at the top. It was so smooth, but this for me is a matter of getting back into the play of it. Get into the flow, the ebb and flow of it. Because once it gets going here over a period of time, I'll be in it every day. Taking my 3% out a day. And scaling, big. That's the beautiful part about it. Everybody does the same thing. So right now on the intraday, technically it's a short, but I'd be very careful doing that with this stock. So I'm just going to run some scans. Well, that's good to hear, JD. It's it really depends on what your motives are, right? Like my motive is I'm a little older, like I'm not a kid, and so I have to build things. I could take some risk, but not a lot. Any more than 5% of my account at any given time at risk is not good. So stocks like VRX, you can really build. You can build. You can build substantial wealth with very quickly if you understand the stocks. It's just being in the heartbeat of the market, right? You learn after time certain stocks in certain ways that have certain ebb and flow to them, and VRX is one that well, you can see the way it trades. I mean, even when it lost VWAP there, it's not volatile. It's it's surprisingly profitable considering how it almost moves slothily, right? Like it's like the sloth you have to help across the road that's going to get hit by the cars. But once it gets going, it really gets moving. And like you'll have days, I've had days where, like some days it's only 1.5%, some days it's 12%. But I averaged about 3% a day once it gets going. So it'll be back. And there's others like this too. Just the markets have been kind of odd lately. But yeah, I mean, if you can lock into 3% a day, compound it, a couple months later, you've doubled your account. There's nothing wrong with that. This is surprisingly consistent. So it got some pretty decent volume at 1.1 million shares at 11 bucks. That's not bad liquidity considering the play. That's PIXI. AVEO, it's holding up well. $3, 9 million shares, lots of liquidity there. If I'm reading that right. Yeah. MSTI has come off a little bit. I think what we're seeing happen, I mean, it could go the other way, but I think what we're seeing happen is the market's set up for tomorrow or later today. I mean, I could be totally wrong, but it smells to me like it's just kind of getting its footing here, and people just weren't sure what was going to happen this morning. I know I was a little hesitant for sure. Thing is, once the market gets going, you really can't wait. So if it happens, you know, this afternoon, you go. Even though my bias is that it won't until tomorrow morning, but well, if the market seers are right, there's a fairly significant ramp in USD JPY this morning, and part of what happens there, and with the central banks or in environments like the S&P and the way that they manage markets, is the whole objective is to allow the charts to repair themselves, right, for things to settle and investors to get their footing and traders to get their footing. So that's what it looks like to me too. So it's a matter of whether or not it kind of gets its footing and then gets going tomorrow morning or this afternoon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run some scans, take a close look. I wouldn't expect that I'll be back until lunch, but if there's anything that does happen here and there's a trade, I'll be back before lunch. But if not, I'll see you guys at lunch. Thanks. Yeah, for sure. We'll be doing lots of follow-ups on those master classes for sure. No doubt about it. Okay, see you guys at lunch, unless something happens here. I'll keep my scanners on.